Hi there, I am Aman and you're watching PTO classes. So, in this video, we are going to study grade 9 English, third chapter, The Little Girl. This is a very beautiful story about a small child who is living with her family, with her parents and her grandmother, and is a very uh, innocent child who struggles in a relationship with her father. So, you must have seen that while you're growing up, you have differences with your parents, with your elders, that is due to generation gap. Sometimes you don't understand their things, sometimes you feel that they don't understand you. So all this is beautifully explained in the story, and we will see that how the story unfolds and how the little girl develops a good and very loving relationship with her father. At the beginning, the girl will be very afraid of her father, will be hesitant to go near to her father, but later on, as uh, time progress, the girl develops a beautiful relationship with her father. So let's start the story. You must have seen this type of things around yourself. You must be feeling the similar things in your lives also, or you must be seeing in your society, the place where you live. In every household, the thing is same, that people have uh, different age groups and they have different viewpoints. We also have difficulty in dealing with our elders or with the young ones. So this is very obvious, this is very natural, nothing very strange. So if you feel like that your your things are not heard properly or you are not understood well, so don't feel like that. It happens to everyone. The story is telling the same. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared. To be feared means a person to be feared, a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. So, see, the little girl believes that his father was a figure to be feared, a person she fears a lot. She used to fear a lot. So, what happens whenever in the morning he used to go to his work, the first thing he used to do was come to the little girl and gave her a casual kiss of saying goodbye, to which she used to reply by saying goodbye father. And she used to feel a sense of relief, that now she is relieved, because when she heard the noise of carriage, the cart that used to carry her father to his office, to the place where he goes to work. So when the noise becomes fainter and fainter, when the vehicle has gone far away from the home, she used to feel a sense of relief. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there and bring me my slippers." So whenever in the evening he came, when father came to home, she used to stand near the staircase and hear his loud voice in the hall. Father used to come to house and call in the loud voice that, "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Where is my newspaper? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there and bring me my slippers." So he used to give command. So see why the girl was afraid of her father? Because of his very commanding attitude. Uh, this is the nature of men in the society, that we think that we are working out, so we deserve some what we say, some service, that our family member should come to us with our belongings and we are coming tired, so they should make us feel comfortable. So because of this, she used to think that his father is very dominating. Let's see the next para. Kezia. So what was the name of the girl? Kezia. Kezia, mother would call to her. The mother called Kezia, if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. So mother used to say to Kezia that take your father's boots while I am bringing the slippers. Slowly the girl would slip down. Slip down means come quietly down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. So what happened? Kezia used to come slowly, and because she was afraid of father, so she used to come very quietly, very uh, gently. Like kids, she never made very noise, very loud voices. She used to come quietly. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. So, when she used to when she used to come down near the father, what he used to do, he used to put his spectacles and looked at her over them, looked from the spectacles in a way that she used to get terrified. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? He used to ask her that, take my boots off and have you been a good girl? So again he is commanding that take my boots. So girl becomes more afraid, and I don't know father. She is in a way stammering. She is not making a clear sound. She is saying I don't know. You don't know. If you stutter, so it is not stammering, it is stuttering. So she is stuttering. If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Again the girl is afraid, because of that she is stuttering, and father is saying that you will be taken to the doctor. Again the girl loses her confidence over her father. She never stuttered with other people. See, she didn't have any disease or um, any issue, but she was just afraid of her father. She doesn't stutter in front of anyone else, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. Because of the fear, she was not able to speak properly. She was stuttering. What's the matter? What are you looking so rest is unhappy about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. On the brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Again the father is commanding that take this cup and take it carefully. So he is asking the mother, asking Kezia's mother, that why is she's always looking so dull, why she's always looking so weak, very afraid. So this was the thing. He was so big. The father was very big. His hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. So see how the girl is describing the father, that he was so big, his hands were big. When he used to yawn, his neck used to look so big. Thinking about him alone was thinking about a giant. So uh, with a giant, the girl is comparing her father. See how bad she has an image of her father. She is comparing him with a giant, that his hands were so big, his neck was so big, and when especially his mouth when he yawned. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother, but the little girl always found mother reading and father stressed out on the sofa. So on Sunday afternoons, the father had his holiday and grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. This question will come in your NCRT questions. This time you have to do on your own, so look very carefully. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk. So the grandmother, the Kezia's grandmother, is trying to build a relationship between her granddaughter and her son by sending her to her son's drawing room, because it is Sunday and it is his holiday, to have a nice talk with both the parents. But the little girl always found mother reading. Mother is always reading and father stressed out on the sofa. So because it is a Sunday, he is stressed in the sofa. He is relaxing on the sofa. His handkerchief on his face. He has put handkerchief on his face. His feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. So the mother is reading, father is snoring, father is sleeping. How can Kezia go and talk with them when they are absent-minded? She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stressed and asked the time, then looked at her. So Kezia looked him very carefully until he stressed and asked her the time and looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. So see, the father is calling her child a brown owl. So how the girl will feel? Obviously bad. So he is saying that don't stare. One day when she was kept indoors with a cold, she was not to the school. She was having a cold. Her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of silk cloth. So father's birthday was approaching and grandmother was very disturbed by seeing that Kezia is afraid of her father. So she suggested that you can make a pin cushion for him, as he liked to relax on Sundays. So make a pin cushion for him, a small cushion for him for his birthday, and the birthday was next week. Don't so see what happened. Out of the silk cloth, the grandmother suggested Kezia to make a pin cushion of yellow silk. Laboriously with a double cotton, the little girl stitched three sides, but what to fill in it? So she stitched the laboriously means with a lot of effort or difficulty. So she tried to make the cushion. She stitched three sides, but she don't know what to fill inside it. That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. Scraps are small pieces of cloth. On the table she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper. So on the table she found some pieces of paper. She gathered them and shredded, tore them into small pieces and stuffed her case, then sewed up the fourth side. So she filled the cushion with the papers lying on the table. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Hue and cry means angry protest. Lot of struggles, lot of conflict between the house members. Father's great speech for the port authority. So he used to work in a port. So port authority had been lost. So the papers that Kezia got were the part of his father's speech. Her father's speech. Rooms were searched. Servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in your room? Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. So Kezia was called down the dining room, and she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro. To and fro means going forward and backward, hands behind his back. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Mother told father everything, that she has got your papers and she stuffed them inside the cushion. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No. She again stuttered because of fear. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing. So he called the mother that bring the damn cushion and see that the child's put to bed this instant. So he said to the mother that take her to the bed. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a little sad pattern on the floor. She was crying heavily that her father was so bad with her. Then father came into her room with a ruler in his hand. So see what happened. Father came with a stick in his hand with a ruler in his hands. I'm going to beat you for this, he said. Oh no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. So she tried to hid herself, but father pulled them aside and he ordered her to sit properly and hold her hands out. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. But it was for your birthday. Girl said that it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. So what happened? The father beat her with a ruler because of the thing that she did. But was Kezia wrong? No, because she was doing this in a good sense. She was making a birthday present, but the father didn't understood this. See the generation gap. To father, the piece of paper were important. To Kezia, it was just a birthday gift. It was very special. So a person who is very much feared by her child, this incident made him more scary. So this was the first part of your video. Hope you have understood till here. We will cover the next part in the next part of your chapter. Thank you so much for watching the video.